What's up, guys? It's Sam here, and I wanted to talk about the last 36 days and how fucking crazy it's been. But before I do that, make sure you press that subscribe button and that little bell notification so YouTube can notify you every time I post a new video. So to give you some type of context, I've been doing stuff on YouTube very inconsistently since 2013. I started my channel in April of 2013, and I never was consistently putting out content. I put out content for maybe a month or two, and then I wouldn't put out content for several months. And then I'd put out content for a month or two, and then I wouldn't put out anything for several months. And this went on and on for like 5 years. And then at the end of October, I decided to, think about the way that I wanted to live my life. What would the ideal day, the ideal week, the ideal year look like? What would I do? And that got me thinking about some things that I really like doing. And within a couple days, I had already mapped out a plan to get there within about a year and a half. And the initial primary source of income I was thinking would be YouTube. That's what I would focus on. That's where the income would come from to support myself. Through that process, I calculated what my burn rate is, and I've already done this, you know what I mean, but I was just way more diligent about it. Your burn rate, in my definition, is the minimum amount you need to live off of. Not spending money on things like going out or doing anything. Like, what's the bare minimum? You pay your bills and you buy food. And like, obviously you get, your gas and your insurance and your phone and whatever the case is. What's the bare bones on that? Mine is a little under $2,000 per month. So, if I'm working for myself, I will have to pay for insurance, right? Because I'm not going to have a company that's going to pay for some type of health insurance, so I will have to pay for that. And I added on $1,000. So the total is $3,000, $100 a day, right? $100 a day seems way more psychologically doable than $3,000 a month, right? And then from November 1st, it's today is 4/7, but I'm saying 36 days just because the data is not updated for today yet. So for the first month of November, I was putting out like 4 videos a day or 5 videos a day or something like that on YouTube on average. And then or maybe that was like 3.5 videos per day. And then December went up to about 4.5 or 5 videos per day. And if you look at the average over the last maybe 160 days, it's over 3 videos per day on average. That I'm putting out, and it's a lot, right? I'm not saying that you need to do this or that you should do this, right? I just knew where I was going, and the path that I was going in terms of how much work I was putting in didn't align with actually achieving my objective. Just like when somebody asked me about getting lean for the summertime, but they don't fucking do anything, right? They're not counting their calories or their macros, they're not doing any cardio or increased activity level, and they just want to get drugs to reach their goals. Like, it's not gonna fucking work. That's why so many people fail, because they just don't want to put in the fucking work. And my objective was here, right? About a year and a half away. I was here, and at the trajectory I was going, right? If you look at it as up here, this is where I was going, this is where I was, and at the trajectory I was going, I would have been maybe here, right? So I knew that the activity level, right, needed to increase. The slope of that line needed to increase so that I could reach my objective. And that's where the absolute crazy amount of content came from. And because I knew that through that process, I would learn more about how I can better tell a story, how I do things, what things are interesting to me. People would interact, and it would be interesting because I would be able to learn from them. And in the month of November, I did not make anything. And then in December, because a good holiday month, I had Amazon affiliate up, but I didn't have any other sources of income. So Amazon affiliate made like $23.80. Then in January, it was about $13. And then in February, it was like $8 or $9 or something like that. And so that's not necessarily the trajectory you want to see. And this had been, right, put yourself in the context of what was happening at that moment. It was all of November. And this is like somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to say 45 hours a week on top of my job, right? So 20 hours, we'll just call it at a minimum 20 hours a week. So for 80 hours a month, and you don't make anything in November. And then December, you make $24 almost, right? And now it's been 2 months, so you got 160 hours for $23. Now, what does that come out to be? 23.80 divided by 160 hours. It's 15 cents an hour. And then January, and it's like $13. And then February, and it's $8 and change, or $9. So the trajectory is going down. The work is either staying the same or increasing. And there wasn't, I could see the numbers growing, but it wasn't to the monetary side. That's the side that I wanted, the income to be able to do my own thing wasn't there. And then March came along, and I had a bunch of different things to come together all at once in March. So at the last week of February, my channel hit the level where I could start monetizing the content. So the end of about 10 days probably into March, I got approved to do that. So then for the last like 2.5 weeks of March, I was able to let YouTube put ads on the videos. So thank you to anybody who did actually watch any of those or let them play out. That does help. There's Robinhood, which I made a couple of videos about back in December. Robinhood is a brokerage platform that's absolutely free. And they, if somebody signs up through like my link in the description or whatever, don't like do it unless it's actually going to be valuable to you. But you get a free share of stock, right? So you technically could sign up and then get your free share of stock and then stop it and take your money out or whatever. But so somebody did that from a video back in December, and they signed up, so I got a free share of stock. And then I had traded options. By the way, if you want to check out that video, it was a video I posted before this one. Pretty interesting about how much money I made trading options, but I'll also talk about that here a little bit. So I started trading options on March 10th. I think that was a Sunday, so whatever that following Monday was. And then with the trading options, I made $741.44 by the end of the month. And then I had a couple companies reach out to me and send me some free products, and that they were valued up to $182. That's how much I got from it, $182. And then I found a car that was getting sold for $500. It still worked fine. Needed some new brakes, but I knew that I could just turn around and junk it for $500, $600. So I bought the car and I resold it for $1,000 profit. So in the month of March, I had Amazon went up from $8.23 in February to $10.55. So right there is an increase of 20-something%, right? And then I had YouTube, which was $14.62. And then the referral on Robinhood, which was $6. And then trading, which was $7.41.44. And then $182 of free product, right? And then $500 from that flip on the car. So for the month of March, it was $1,454.57. Absolutely, absolutely amazing, right? Because I'm going through month after month, like 4 months in a row, to make like $40. And I'm doing way more than 20 hours a week, but we'll just say conservatively 20 hours a week. Excuse me, to make $40. But what I'm really making is learning along that process. And all those little marginal gains that I make every week in how I see things, or the more of the nuanced details that I'm able to notice because I'm putting in the work every day, start to culminate, and they start to add on to each other, and there starts to be a synergistic effect on there. And then it is the 7th of April today, and so far into this month, I've made $2,208.72. So if you do it on a daily basis, well, let me tell you what I did, what it's comprised of. So far on Amazon, I've made 67 cents so far this month. By the way, if you want to purchase anything on Amazon and you want to support the channel, links are in the description. Like, you don't buy something that you don't fucking need. Like, I don't think anybody should do that. But if you want to support the channel and you do have something to purchase, if you click on my link, I get a small portion of it, 67 cents, right? I think that's from one thing that got sold. YouTube earnings. So I would expect YouTube earnings to be greater this month than they were last month, because last month there was, like, just say 20 days roughly of monetization. This month it'll be 30 days. So there'll be, plus that's assuming that there's no growth in views or anything like that. But if there's increase in the number of views and there's a longer period of monetization, I made $14.62 last month. I would expect to make maybe closer to $20 this month from YouTube. And then there's Robinhood referrals. I have no idea if anybody's going to use any of those. Maybe somebody will this month, maybe not. But then there is the trading profit. And then I have the value of products. So this month I haven't gotten anything, but towards the end of March, I did start reaching out to a couple companies of products that I would use or would want to use, and I would make content around them. If I was going to purchase them myself, I just asked them, hey, I'll make content, like, give me a free bottle or two, or whatever it is, and I'll make content around that, and just see. Because then it can reduce my burn rate a little bit, and adds to this total dollar amount. So so far into this month for April, 67 cents from Amazon, as I mentioned, $2.66 from YouTube so far. Robinhood referrals is 0. Trading profit, how much I've made, how much I can withdraw out of my account right now, profit, and still leave the balance in there, $2,205.39. $2,205.39. That is not the 741 plus, another $1,300-$1,400. That's in addition to that amount. So in the last 36 days, I've made $3,666.29. Outside of my job, that's amazing. And when I look at this on a daily basis, remember I made $23.80 in December. That's 77 cents per day on average. In January, I made 45 cents per day, which was $13.80 from Amazon. In February, I made $8.23 from Amazon, which is 29 cents per day. In the month of March, where I made about $1,450, I made $46.92 per day. So far, in April, I've made $71.25. Absolutely amazing. Press that thumbs up button for me. Like, I gave myself to the end of March 2020. You can go back and look at the videos that I've been making for the past, 5.5 months. Like, that was always my intention, that I would be able to get to my goal by the end of March in 2020. It is, 5.5 months in, and potential to meet $100 a day in April. Absolutely, absolutely astonishing. My going forward, I would like to see consistency. So if before I do anything with my job, excuse me, I'd like to have at least a few months worth of $100 a day outside of my job. So I have a feeling that I should be able to get to $100 a day online in the month of April. But maybe I think probably maybe 3 or 4 more months. I'm thinking maybe like the end of July. I'd like to see, 3, 4 more months of $100 a day consistently and or growing to feel more comfortable with potentially just leaving. I don't want to hit it once and then in the month of May it drops back down to $25 for the entire month and not have any source of income. Also, these numbers do not include the rental income. So once you add in the rental income from Florida, it's like $4,100. So that's crazy. March was the best month ever for the rental property in Florida because half of it is Airbnb and half of it is long-term rental. And so there's about $1,200 in Airbnb. So take about $200 for taxes on that. Well, I think we do about $150 for taxes, $50 for toilet paper and shit, and then the rest is profit. So figure about $1,000 in profit. I have a business partner in that one, so $500 for me. 500 plus 3663 puts me at $4,100. That's just so astonishing. I'm not putting this into this number because that I am not taking. There is a couple more renovations we want to do, but we don't want to pay for them out of our own pocket. So we're just letting the Airbnb money sit there and grow. As that continues to grow, we will then actually use that to make the renovations on the property that we want to make. I expect the Airbnb by the mid to late summer to be able to it's a tiny little studio, about 500 square feet. I would expect to be able to get that up from like 1,200, 1,100, much higher because we're not optimizing it right now. So we probably won't actually go all in to optimize it until maybe the end of May or mid-June. So at that point, I think we can jump that up to consistently because 1,200 was the best we've ever had. So I think we can consistently get that up to like say 13, 14, maybe 1,500 per month after we actually optimize that. And we have some other ideas for the long-term rental to actually turn that into an Airbnb potentially. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. I really, really, really do appreciate anybody who's watched any of my content. If you want to follow along with me getting to $100 a day online and over the next 3, 4, 4.5 months or whatever, if I'm able to continue getting to $100 a day, and then what happens, I will tell you, you know what I mean, if I'm going to be leaving my job, how that plays out, what's going on up here in the thought process of going through and thinking about that, and then where I am going to be going from there. Some very interesting stuff might be playing out in the month of September when my lease is up here, because that's the other thing. If I wait till the lease is up here, then I don't have to pay an additional month, which is probably around $1,000. So some interesting stuff might be playing out over the next several months. So make sure you press the subscribe button, and I will keep you guys posted. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below in the comments or reach out to Instagram. Link is in the description. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.